What's up guys, Sifukloud here, bringing you a Mistweaver Monk PvP Burst Healing Guide for Arenas. So first of all, let's just say that this guide is not intended to be a basic healing guide. This is a guide designed to help those people understand maybe what I take and why I take it based off of what I feel happens through arenas and such things like that. So you would already need to have some sort of basic understanding as to at least what the abilities of the monk are and how to use them. So first things first, we take Tiger's Lust for the level 15 talent. I take this because I have enough escapes as it is with the Chi Torpedo, and Tiger's Lust you can actually use on other players as well. So if you have that warrior that needs to create pressure, if they get CC'd out or stunned or slowed, they lose their pressure instantly, and this is a great way to keep that pressure on a constant. Plus you can use it on yourself and it breaks any movement impairing effects on you as well. Secondly, I take Chi Wave. Now this is for 3v3, 2v2s and lower. For 5s I take different things. So for the level 30 talent, for example, in 3v3s, 2v2s, I would take Chi Wave simply because it's going to bounce up to 7 times and it's going to be one of those fire and forgets, and it comes up every 15 seconds. It's just a good heal over time, plus it's helping you do a little bit of damage. In 5s or higher, 5s and 10s, I would definitely take Chi Burst, just simply because it actually does quite a bit of healing if you can get a good line of sight shot off towards your allies. Level 45 talents, I take Chi Brew. Hands down, this is the best one simply because when you need an instant 2 stacks of Chi, you can just use it and it will give you 2 stacks, plus it gives you Manatee stacks. And so when we talk about our level 100 talent, you'll kind of understand as to why I need it and why I use it. So the level 60, this one is pretty much a toss-up, and it's more, it comes down to what you necessarily like in terms of how you play. If you're getting dove on a lot, you might think about taking the leg sweep. Yes, it has a longer stun duration. It also has a longer cooldown. I like being able to stun people from a distance, even though it has a shorter duration. It also has a shorter cooldown. And that's just so I can help, especially if I'm LOSing or line of sighting and things like that. So I prefer to use the Ox Wave. Another good option though is Peace Ring. All of these options here are very, very good. It just kind of depends on what you like as an individual. So think about what your individual playstyle is and go from there. So level 75, I take Healing Elixirs. If they are a melee heavy comp, I will take this because this is very, very good. Now if they're a caster comp where you're facing double warlocks or things that are just crazy damage, I would most definitely take the Diffuse Magic. This is insane. Again, both of these you can be swap out. I wouldn't really take this talent too much. It's got a really long cooldown and it's really not that great, and it's sort of unreliable, to be completely honest. And when you get low, you want something, if you're gonna have melee damage like this is most likely gonna proc on melee damage. When you get low, people are gonna be trying to execute you with physical damage a lot, and so Healing Elixirs is just way, way better. So the level 90 talent, I actually take Chi Torpedo. This is a great way to get out of stuns and snares, and I'll explain as to why, because the skill itself as just a regular skill doesn't actually break any movement impairing effects. So Chi Torpedo will do damage and it will also heal you, which is very, very good in terms of trying to get away, and if you've got dots on you, this will help kind of get you away and give you a little bit of healing, and it does have a pretty good chance to crit. I usually get a pretty good crit out of it. And you can always hop up in air right after casting it, and you'll just spin and not even actually go anywhere, which is really good for doing damage to someone if you need to put out some extra damage for other people too. Now keep in mind, Chi Torpedo will also heal anyone that you pass through as well. Now level 100, this is the one that's always in dispute because most people want to take the Pool of Mist. Pool of Mist, in my opinion, is only good or best if you need a lot of heal over time effects, or if you have, let's say, 5s or 10s is really good. I would say probably 5s or higher is probably the best. I would definitely take this just because it is a lot. But what I've kind of noticed through doing my grinding on the conquest and the rated arenas and things like that, you will see a lot of, you're able to actually heal through pretty much most of the damage. And so because of that, I don't necessarily need that constant healing. And you will probably top the healing charts if you have this pool of mist, but I actually prefer the burst healing. The burst healing for this is absolutely insane. So I take Chi Explosion simply because if I build up 4 Chi stacks, let me show you here, then I can activate it and it's going to do 12,000 damage per Chi stack, which you can see was 60,000 instantly. That does it in an area of 8 yards. And then it summons the healing spheres around you, which you can also expunge, doing a lot more healing. So this is just insane for burst healing. Like, hands down, this is the talent that I take in pretty much every single situation. So as you can see, when I add this in here and start getting everything kind of rolling, and then just pop the Chi Explosion here, just boom, and then look at the amount of healing that you're doing. It's just insane with the healing mist on and stuff like that. So it's just way too good. And then you can use it a couple times before you actually have to pop your spheres. And even if you don't want to expunge them, you want to leave them up. So say you use your Chi Explosion and then your ally is healed up to full, or to the point where you wouldn't have to necessarily burst heal them anymore. You can leave the spheres up and then they can run of them as needed, or after a short amount of time, those healing spheres are actually going to expunge and heal the next closest ally. Now, like I was saying, a good argument can be made for Pool of Mist, but I just don't feel that the 15% increase on the Renewing Mist actually makes that big of a difference. And you get 3 charges to it, and that's okay, but when you're in 2s and 3s, you don't need an extra charge of it. When you shoot 1 out, it's pretty much going to hit everything that's able to be healed anyways. And you don't need that constant healing. Now, this also means that you may not see the benefits of this through looking at the total healing chart, because the way that this works is you're not constantly healing, so you're not always going to be healing. And that's kind of the thing that I wanted to talk about with the burst healing. It's a really good way to match people's cooldowns and things like that, and I've used this hands down since I've started playing Monk back in Mist of Bandera, and it has worked just absolute wonders for me, and it gets the job done, and I have no complaints. I take this talent pretty much every single time. Now let's talk about glyphs for a second. So for glyphs, I want to take Glyph of Paralysis, of course. That way I can off crowd control, stun, snare the person that we're not focusing. This kind of takes them out of the fight, so essentially it would be a 2v1, and it's just really good. And what this glyph will do is it makes it so that the paralysis removes all damage over time effects, so that will keep it from canceling your paralysis. So they're going to either have to trinket it, or they're going to have to eat the full duration of this effect in its own. Also, hands down, Glyph of Life Cocoon, this is one that you will always take, especially right now in patch 6.21? 6.21? 6.21? I think something like that. Anyways, this is going to reduce the cooldown on your Life Cocoon. Also, when you get the 4-piece PvP bonus set, you also get the Life Cocoon cooldown reduction, and it makes it a 55-second cooldown. Now we're talking, this shield is just insane. Look, and that's not with all of my buffs. 184,000. I'm not fully geared at 700, and I don't have all of the buffs on me, and it's still 180,000 every 55 seconds. Not only does it absorb that much damage, but you're going to be doing an increased 50% amount of healing towards that target for 12 seconds, even if that shield is gone. Another perk is this glyph here. You can use this while you are under the effects of stuns and things like that, and that is just absolutely amazing because it's going to help reduce the enemy's burst. Secondarily, I take Glyph of Freedom Roll. Your Chi Roll, Chi Torpedo, and Flying Serpent Kick abilities dispel all snares affecting you when used. This is really good for anything that's going to be slowing you or snaring you. You can Chi Torpedo right out of it. Just amazing mobility. Also, in some of the RBGs and things like that, they have a lot of water, and it's very annoying to try and get through because you can't get to it so easily. So I usually take the Glyph of Water Roll, and this will help you Chi Torpedo or roll over the top of water, and it just gets you through the water faster. That is pretty much it, guys. So if you guys enjoyed this guide and you want to leave a comment, please share your feedback and things like that. I also stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/sifukloud. That's SIFUKLOUD. Come follow me, come hang out, catch my stream when I'm live. I usually stream during the evenings. You're more than welcome to come check it out. You can follow me on Twitter at sifukloud. You can add me on Steam at sifukloud, and you can definitely check out my other bots. And I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.